The day is the 22nd of June 2018. It's currently 9:12 p.m. at night. And as I'm recording this, I've just finished doing a bunch of editing for the next month of ACL content by the time this comes out. By the time this comes out, the third year anniversary show will have been completed, it will have been uploaded, and you'll most likely all be in shock over what's happening. Not that I blame you at all, because a lot of what has happened on that show is basically the culmination of the past 3 years of doing ACL, from both a on-camera and on-screen perspective, and from the perspective of somebody who's tried his hardest to get better as doing the content is concerned. A lot of people don't know this, but ACL has always kind of been a personal outlet for me. It has and always will be a creative personal outlet for me because I've always had these type of stories to tell for wrestling. For those who don't know, I've been in the virtual wrestling circle for, I believe, 10 years now. I started off doing it when I was about 11 or 12. Now I'm 21 and I'm still doing it. And I still have a lot of fun both being a part of virtual wrestling and creating my own stuff. And honestly, if you were to go back and tell me that 3 years down the line I would be doing this still, I would laugh at you. Because back then I didn't really see myself doing this for this long. To tell you the truth, I originally only planned to do ACL for 2 seasons. But then 2017 happened. 2017 happened and suddenly I get a massive fan base. I get a lot of people coming in to watch my content because I'm doing it on a much more consistent basis. I'm actively getting a huge viewership in. I'm getting people invested in what I'm doing. And not just that, I'm gaining the attention of a lot of people. I'm getting attention from people who work on their own leagues. I'm getting attention from people who have been in here for the longest period of time. I'm gaining all this attention, and if you were to tell me back then that I'd still be doing this, not only that, but I would be at this level, I would not fucking believe you. But yeah, here I am. I'm still doing this, and to be honest, it's kind of crazy. In any case, I probably should start thanking a few people because this is essentially what it's for. So, at the top of the list, I gotta give a huge thanks to Hakeem Johnson, the voice of ACW. I'm gonna be a bit personal here, Hakeem. When you first told me that you were watching my content, that you were basically considering ACL as kind of a successor to the early days of ACW, that every time you fucking say that, every time you basically shout me out in your live streams, in posts and fucking everything, it gives me the biggest fucking grin on my face, every time you do that. And it's not because of you just inflating my ego. It's because, well, you're basically my senpai, Hakeem. And I have no shame in saying that because I feel like everyone in virtual wrestling has, somebody they look up to the most, and Hakeem Johnson is that. So every time he acknowledges ACL as something to look out for, as so many times that he's done that over the past 3 years, and every time, I just keep on smiling every time because it's kind of a proof to the point that, hey, I must be doing something right. I mean, from him shouting me out to him basically wanting me involved in a lot of his stuff, most recently with the Glamour X Element tournament. And for those of you who are listening to this right now, my characters aren't just the only thing that are going to be involved in that, and I'm kind of happy for that. But again, you'll find out in October when it all comes out. But yeah, Hakeem, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for everything you've been doing, support-wise, in terms of supporting my shows, supporting me personally, and just keeping, the support going in any way possible. You don't know how much that means to me. Second on that list is definitely D-Wall. he's honestly one of the more recent people who is on the list, but I still feel like he's worthy of a lot of thanks, because if it weren't for him getting in contact with me and wanting to work with me, I honestly feel like I wouldn't be this inspired to keep on doing ACL. Because you gotta realize, for those of you who don't know, D-Wall actually contacted me personally back when Queens of Wrestling 3 was happening. Initially it was just to get me involved in Queens of Wrestling, but like, it was one of those things where I basically just kind of, that was a moment I had that little click moment, you know? That people actually wanted to work with me. And when D-Wall got involved with me, look, I'm gushing a little bit and my head is a little bit fuzzy right now, but like, it's only because I never really thought that I would ever get to this level of success, and it feels good. And yes, it has culminated from us doing me getting involved in Queens of Wrestling, to doing commentary for DCA, to getting ACL involved in DCA's work, like with Team Ruby earlier this season, and most recently with the Chloe Aubrey feud. And for those of you who recently just watched the 3rd anniversary show, yeah, there's a lot more on the way. And you'll be finding out about that sometime today, when this video comes up. Later on today, there's going to be an in-character video that's going to be coming out, and the announcement that's going to be made on that, I cannot wait to see the reactions to that, because that is something that me and D-Wall have been planning out for, I believe, since... I honestly want to say we've been planning this out since March or April of this year. I honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember how long we've been planning this out for. But we have been planning what we're about to announce today as something big. This is how big it's been. We have been planning this for this long. And now the fruits of our labor are now finally flourishing, and it feels so good. But yeah, D-Wall, if you're listening to this right now, thank you for getting in contact with me. Thank you so much, because you getting in contact with me and you wanting to work with me, like I've said to you a million times, and I will continue to do so, you have basically inspired me to up my game every time we've worked together. Hell, even before we worked together, I wanted to basically up my game like you did, in a storyline direction, in a production direction, in literally every aspect. I wanted to up my game because I saw what DCA was doing, and that just astounded me. So, not only that, but you got me introduced to the circle with MTB, SRH, VPOC, and Sahaya. Had I not met you, and had I not been a part of that circle and joined VWU and whatnot, I honestly don't feel like I'd be that inspired as much. And for what it's worth, SRH, MTB, Sahaya, VPOC, all you guys I've been doing commentary with, oh yeah, Eddie Mac as well. Can't forget fucking Eddie Mac. I swear to God, if I forgot him, he'd fucking crucify me. But yeah, all 5 of you guys are the most absolutely wonderful people to talk with outside of commentary, to talk with in general, just shit talk before and after commentary. You guys are some of the most nicest people I've ever worked with in virtual wrestling. And I say that with the utmost honesty, because every time, without fucking fail, I've come in for commentary, it's either we get delayed by about like 5 minutes because somebody is fucking doing shit, or it's because we're having a goddamn chuckle fuck fit or some shit. Point is, I enjoy doing commentary with you guys, and I enjoy talking with you outside of that, because holy shit. Anyway, I'm gonna try and like wrap this up soon, because holy fuck. Point is, people like Hakeem, people like D-Wall, people like all 5 of you guys. And there are so many more people I can thank, but it all just boils down to everyone that's listening to this right now. The 145 people who are subscribed to me right now. the hundreds of people that aren't subscribed to me that still watch the content nonetheless to support me. Between all of you, between everyone that's supported me, between everyone that's basically done all of this effort, between everyone that keeps on watching my videos like every week, even if the content dips a bit, between everybody that has basically just made ACL what it is today, I thank all of you. I know I've said it a lot, but it bears repeating. I never really thought that a stupid little idea like doing ACO that I never really had a full confidence in, because, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, and this has nothing to do with, like, virtual wrestling or anything, but doing virtual wrestling has basically just helped me being a lot more confident with myself. It's helped my personal confidence and my professional confidence quite a lot, because when I first started off doing ACL, I never really had this much confidence, and to see myself not only be able to do this still, but be confident with a lot more things, with storylines, with putting my foot down a lot of issues, and being able to talk and be able to just put myself out there a lot more. I thank virtual wrestling a lot for all of that and more. And I thank everyone that has contacted me, that has supported me, that has watched my shows, that has done work with me, because it's all the truth. There's nothing more I can really say, but thank you. The 145 people that are subscribed to my channel, thank you. The hundreds of people that don't subscribe to my show but still watch anyway, thank you. The people that I've worked with, the people that support me, the people that continue to do all this and so much more, thank you. And I guess all I really have to say is 3 years down. I guess 3 more to go. And for those of you who are wondering if I have an idea of when ACL is meant to end, if I was going to end it at Season 2, let's just say I'm not going to end ACL unless I personally feel like I can't do ACL anymore. When I run out of storylines, when I run out of things that I want to do with ACL, that's when it's going to end. And believe me, I'm just going to say this right now, I have plans for a 5th season, for a 4th and 5th season. So let that be an indication of how much work I'm putting into everything, that I plan out stuff this far in advance, and I plan it all out so that everyone is happy. But yeah, 3 years down, here's to 3 more. Hopefully, anyway. Catch you all later.